SURFSIDE, Florida, app. 4 more bodies have been found in the rubble of a collapsed Florida condo tower, a fire official said Wednesday, raising the death toll in the disaster to 16 people. Miami-Dade Assistant Fire Chief Raide Jadallah told family members at a morning briefing that rescuers found the bodies Tuesday night. He said relatives have not yet been identified. In addition to the 4 bodies, crews also found other human remains. Rescuers were able to build a ramp for a crane to reach areas at the top of the pile they had not been accessed before, Jadallah said. Nearly 150 people are still unaccounted for. The discovery of the bodies came the morning after Florida authorities asked the federal government for an additional rescue team to comb the rubble of the tower, a request that underscored the strenuous nature of the open-ended search for survivors in an area prone to tropical weather. The possibility that severe weather in coming days could further stretch Florida's search and rescue resources prompted state officials to ask the federal government for the additional team, Kevin Guthrie of the Florida Division of Emergency Management said Tuesday. Already, intermittent bad weather has caused temporary delays in the search. Guthrie said the new team, which would likely come from Virginia, would be on hand if severe weather hits the area in coming days and allow crews that have been working at the site for days to rotate out. Authorities said it's still a search and rescue operation, but no one has been found alive since hours after the collapse on Thursday. There are 2 areas of possible storm development out in the Atlantic, heading to the Caribbean. We have 8 urban rescue teams in Florida. We talked about doing a relief, Guthrie said at a news conference Tuesday night. We have all the resources we need, but we're going to bring in another team. We want to rotate those out so we can get more resources out. The National Hurricane Center says 2 disorganized storm systems in the Atlantic have a chance of becoming tropical systems in the coming days, but it is unclear at this point whether they would pose a threat to the U.S. Charles Cyril of the Miami-Dade County Office of Emergency said 900 workers from 50 federal, state and local agencies were working seamlessly on the search. Ontario officials discuss guidelines for booking second COVID-19 vaccine APPOINTMENTCOVID-19. Regional approach to Ontario school reopening being discussed. Ontario's top doctor suggests in-class schooling could resume soon in some regions with low COVID-19 cases. West Kelowna pet owner speaks out about dog ransom SCAMDR. Brown calls variants of concern. The COVID-19 pandemic, wildcard coronavirus. Muskoka residents lash out on cottages escaping the Cityford government adjusts COVID-19 communications strategy. Toronto police laid charges following massive booze-fueled party. Ontario to ramp up vaccination for essential workers. Select at-risk businesses in GTA hotspots. New research on COVID-19 vaccines and allergic reactions. Fullerton says lessons from SARS were forgotten. In response to long-term care reports, some Canadians head to US to get COVID-19 vaccine. Frontline workers say that 3 paid sick days is not enough to protect him from contracting or spreading COVID-19. Ontario Liberals respond to Ag Report, say long-term care minister took no accountability throughout COVID-19 pandemic. Ontario government admits long-term care homes needed more attention during pandemic. Ontario Ag says decisions by government officials complicated long-term care homes' ability to respond to COVID-19. Elected officials have pledged to conduct multiple investigations into the sudden collapse of the 12-story Champlain Towers South in Surfside last week. Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Carver said that she and her staff will meet with engineering, construction and geology experts, among others, to review building safety issues and develop recommendations to ensure a tragedy like this will never, ever happen again. State Attorney Catherine Fernandez Rundle said she will pursue a grand jury investigation to examine factors and decisions that led to the collapse. Gov. Ron DeSantis evoked a well-known military commitment to leave no one behind on the battlefield and pledged to do the same for the people still missing in the rubble. The way I look at it, as an old Navy guy, is when somebody is missing in action, in the military, you're missing until you're found. We don't stop the search, DeSantis said at a news conference Tuesday. President Joe Biden and First Lady Jill Biden plan to travel to Surfside on Thursday. Work at the site has been deliberate and treacherous. The pancake collapse of the building left layer upon layer of intertwined debris, frustrating efforts to reach anyone who may have survived in a pocket of space. Several members of an Israeli rescue team worked partly on hands and knees Tuesday over a small section of the rubble, digging with shovels, pickaxes and saws. They removed debris into buckets that were dumped into a metal construction bin, which was periodically lifted away by a crane. The crane then delivered an empty bin. Late in the afternoon, rescue officials sounded a horn for a second time during the day's work, signaling an approaching storm with lightning. Workers temporarily evacuated. Miami-Dade Fire Chief Alan Kaminsky said the work has been extremely difficult, but we're out here 110%. These are the times that are the most difficult, Kaminsky said. We are here to do a job. We are here with a passion. Hopefully, we have some success. Associated Press writers Kelly Kennedy in Miami, Bobby Kaner Calvin in Tallahassee, Florida, and Frida Frisaro in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, contributed to this report. Russ Bynum, The Associated Press.